Greetings, fellow YouTubers. Ted the Atheist here today. Going to talk about something specific. Today I wanted to cover. I'm in my backyard here. I felt to be better than being in a room, walls. I don't know. So, anyways, today I want to talk about something. I wrote down a little notes here because I don't want to forget and go off on a tangent, because sometimes I do that kind of thing. So we're doing a backyard walk with Ted the Atheist here. Anyway, so I want to talk today about something that's not really, well, it's being talked more now, but for the longest time it wasn't, and that's been a problem. I've been talking about this for actually some years, but no one was talking about it before. But now I see some people are, so that's great. But it's still looked at as taboo. In case someone wants to know, it's my cat. Found him while coming home from work one day. Anyway, so I entitled this "Attention All Women. Let's talk men's reproductive rights." And basically, men have no reproductive rights. And I'm tired of always having to say the same thing over and over again. It just seems like people are not getting it. So I thought I'd make a little video here that covers quite a few of the important points. And I want to bring this as a conversation for people to have, because more people need to talk about this kind of thing, because change is not going to happen unless we bring awareness, education and awareness, which is my two big things I'm about. So I wanted to first start off by saying that pregnancy is a condition of the female. It is 100% the responsibility of the female to, it is her body, and she's in control whether she gets pregnant, whether she stays pregnant, and if she, if she has it, and what she does with it afterwards. All throughout, as far as I can recall, that women have always been able to either adopt it out or, leave it on the steps of a fire department or something like that. So they've always had those options, and then we keep bending over. All of us men bend over, and us men have been creating all these different ways for women to avoid the responsibility of having a child. So many more ways have come up, and keep coming up with more ways for them to avoid it. But what have we done for men? Nothing. While they are able to live carefree, not worrying about it, men are stuck with the bill. Another thing that's important to point out is you can't have responsibility without choices. So if you don't have any choices to do for something, then you can't logically have any responsibilities based on no choices. So when she gives birth and says, "Hey, you need to support it," I never, you can say as a man, I never said it's okay. You never asked me for permission. I never said it was okay. I never said I wanted that. And that happens quite often. Should you really have the ability to control men and say what they will or won't do for you, and pay for something that they had no intentions of paying for? So that's super important. And then one of the things I get for that as well, you chose to have sex. Well, sex is not, this is very important, sex is not consent to have children at all. It's not. So to say that, well, it's okay to just tell you to keep in your pants and keep it zipped, and you hear that shit all the time, but it just doesn't fly. Child support, the only way for men to get reproductive rights is for child support to be optional. Women need to be asking men for permission to have children using their sperm. If they do not get that permission, if they can't find the man to ask him, if they ask and he says no, or if she asks and he doesn't respond, default should be he's not liable for paying for anything because he did not say it's okay, and that should be it. And paying child support is a huge burden, especially on young men, and it destroys their lives, destroys their careers, and puts them in jail, gives them a record. Because when women can't pay for things, they're given free stuff. When men can't pay for such a thing, they're put in jail. Let's see. Another thing here, women talk about, oh, you know how they always talk about how they should have access to the, more natural pill freely without, a prescription and stuff like that. So that became a reality, right? And what was your argument for that? Well, I should be able to decide when I should be a parent. I should be able to decide, when I'm ready. What if I'm in the middle of something? What if I'm trying to get a career? What if I'm trying to do this, trying to do that? I should have it is my body, and I should be able to say blah, 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 blah. Well, how come men are not asked the same things? How come, don't we have careers? Don't we have hiring careers than women typically do? Don't we have more important jobs than women typically do? Aren't we relied on to keep this infrastructure going and keep everyone happy and keep them being consumers? Yet we're not. Men are not considered for anything until it's time to pay the bill, and this is men are considered ATMs. We're seen as ATMs, pretty much, and you see this play out in a lot of different things, a lot of different ways, like dating and in family court. It's just do you know states make more money if they split up the family and make the man pay? Do you know they make more money from federal grants or federal funds? So it's to their interest to break up families, and that's another topic altogether. But I think the important thing we need to do is talk about. Sorry, I had to get another shot of my cat. He's pretty cool. I think we need to have a discussion about men's reproductive rights and how child support should not be enforced if you did not choose to have said child. People say, well, then the welfare, they'll get more welfare, and that'll be a burden on us. Well, a lot of them are already going and getting welfare. Quite a few of them don't know their father of the child, and quite often the father of the child can't be found because he skipped out because he doesn't want his life ruined having to pay for something he never wanted, which is one reason why men take off, because they know it's going to crush them and they want to live their life. They want to live. So it's already something they go to welfare on. So I would rather pay a little bit more in welfare than to see men's lives destroyed over choices they never were able to make. So that's pretty important. I hope this wind isn't too bad, man. Hope you guys can hear me okay. I'll check it out after. But that's pretty much all I've written down here. For the most important parts, I know there's a lot of points women try to, or these, what camp are they? Pro-lifers? I don't know. You can hear them making all these points of, hey, that's something I can mention. They keep saying, hey, you made a decision to have sex, or something like that, Well, yeah, and so did she. But I don't see you arguing that she should not be able to use the more natural pill or get an abortion, or she shouldn't be able to adopt it out. She shouldn't be able to leave it on the steps of a fire department. I don't see you advocating to end all of these things for women that they have access to. So why do you hold us to, well, if you had sex, that's it. You got to deal with consequences. But they don't. And if you try to say, well, it's their body, well, great, yeah, it is their body, but they're using our sperm, right? Storage low, time to manage, whatever. I gotta wrap this up, I guess. But anyways, It's our sperm, and if it becomes their property, then it becomes their property. If we can't have any control over it, which we cannot, and it becomes their property, then it's their property, and they made decisions without us, so we can't have responsibility for decisions they made when we had no part in it. All we did was had sex, just like them. But they have all these choices and we do not. And we need to talk about this. There needs to be conversation, and we, this needs to be more mainstream. It does. So that's all I have to say on this. Hope you guys like my video here. I'm going to try to cover some more topics. I'm kind of lazy when it comes to editing, so I'm just going to edit the whole thing. I'm just going to upload it because I'm lazy and I got nobody helping me. So anyhow, hope you guys having a good weekend. I don't have tomorrow off, so I have to go to work tomorrow. Whatever. So anyways, peace.